Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan's the Republicans' candidate to flip the seat held by retiring Senator Ben Cardin. Prince George's County Executive Angela Also Brooks wins the Democrats' primary, overcoming record self-funding from Congressman David Trone. Fox's Bill Melugin.
In West Virginia, the current governor, Jim Justice, backed by Donald Trump, will be the Republican nominee this fall, and this seat left vacant by the retiring of Senator Joe Manchin.
And he endorses the Democratic Party nominee, Wheeling, West Virginia Mayor Glenn Elliott. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance among the Republicans in New York supporting former President Trump at his criminal hush money trial.
Not just to Donald Trump or even primarily to Donald Trump, it's an insult to the American people.
America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Okay, we're here. Okay, I'll say it again. Did you hear it again? Did you hear it the first time?
Mm-hmm. No.
I heard you say it
Nobody else did.
in here.
No.
Yeah.
We're here. We're talking behind the scenes here, and I didn't open the microphones like I was supposed to do.
That's okay.
Dang it, boy. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrels,
And
and I
today-
want to be the first to say happy birthday, Kelly.
Oh, thank you.
No, she's 19 again.
Yeah.
19.
Well, anyway, yeah, happy birthday, and thanks for coming to work on your birthday.
I know.
Did you get stopped on the way here by any blue lights?
No.
You must have taken a different route than I thought you were going to take, because
Tomorrow we had it all
I had
scheduled.
arrangements.
Yes.
I had arrangements for you.
We were going to
Oh, yeah.
block off the street and have a hazmat truck and everything.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I got some crime scene tape I could have put around your house.
we should have put it all around the studio here. Watch her drive up. What?
I would have busted through there.
Yeah,
to
I'm
see
sure
what
you
was
would
going
have.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it is a Wednesday hump day, and we welcome all of y'all to the show. It's been a kind of a wee bit of an interesting evening
Mhm.
yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, all day in your neck of the woods, Lee. And
Oh, yeah, right across
yeah,
the street.
right across the
Yeah.
street there from you.
I didn't even
And
know that place was there until yesterday.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back, it was probably up to a year ago when Commissioner Bennett was on the radio and he was talking about what they were doing back there.
Yeah.
New Frontier Way.
Okay,
and-
now we got to explain to what we're talking about.
Yes, we
It's a little
did.
bit hairy.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a chemical leak at the wastewater treatment plant that's back behind. If you're on Gum Branch, you go back behind the YMCA over towards Western. If you go Western, you go back
Behind
behind
the apartments.
Arlington, West Arlington Apartments,
Mhm.
and it's back there in that area.
Back in the neck of the woods.
There's
got it.
actually a road called New Frontier Way that you can access it off of Western or next to the YMCA and go down there. And there is some buildings and wastewater treatment plant. And evidently something happened. They had a chemical leak. It was not in the water.
Mhm.
It
Water-
was
the water's perfect to drink, no problem with
Yes.
that. And this was a wastewater treatment plant,
right.
not the regular drinking water treatment.
Right.
So,
And so
nothing to
anyway,
fear.
out of precaution, they closed down New Frontier Way. You
Look how
couldn't go
nice they
down
are.
it. And
They
yes.
had fire and rescue units.
Yes,
And they
fire-
had the police department. They had,
they
all
had
sorts of,
staged most of
construction
their
people there.
equipment
Yeah.
in the parking lot of the YMCA.
Yeah.
So you would think the YMCA was on fire. But right next to that is New Frontier Way. And so they had blocked that road too. And they were staged there also. But
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It was opened up so people could go home. They evacuated the
10
area.
minutes to 5
Yeah, so
yesterday.
they opened it up yesterday afternoon late. People returned home, no signs of any issues whatsoever. They
They still have people there this
well,
morning.
they had
Right.
monitoring people. They had
Right.
devices set up everywhere.
Mhm.
So once they got the all clear there, nothing in
Right.
the air, nothing
Right.
on the ground. So let's go home. Now we got to figure out first of all, what it was.
Right.
They haven't released yet what it was. They
No.
have suspicions,
Right.
but they're waiting for chemical analysis
Right.
of some of their testing.
Well,
Uh,
they had also evacuated the Arlington
They did,
apartments
yeah.
too. And the people were given all clear about 10 minutes to 5 yesterday to go back home. But, kudos to Jacksonville Public Safety. They had it arranged, and in Onslow County EOC, they had it arranged to give rides to the people to the emergency. They had set up, I think, over at Commons, an
It was at
emergency
Commons Middle.
shelter.
Yeah.
And so they were giving them rides over there, making them comfortable, the
Mhm.
residents. So, I mean,
It was a
well,
well-executed
yeah, it
plan, a
was.
pre-planned situation for an emergency.
right.
So cool.
I
Glad we
went
got
over
it.
and got some pictures, but it was raining. So, but the pictures they posted on the Jacksonville Public Safety page look almost identical to mine. So I was like,
Wet.
I have
Yeah.
I have a client that lives over there, and they
Oh, great.
that's how they're the ones sent me that picture. I never knew that wastewater treatment plant was there. Well, they didn't
Yeah.
either till now they do. They sent me that picture, but their son goes to Jacksonville High, and normally he rides the bus, but the buses won't take him, so he had to walk. I mean, he's
Right,
16,
right.
17. That kid will, I mean, it ain't gonna hurt him to walk, but
yeah, they is well executed. I give
Yeah.
them kudos for that. I mean, but Lord, as you go down and look past the YMCA, you thought the place was on fire. They had so many emergency vehicles there. They did
Yeah.
good.
And
That's
then we went to, I went to, and then you came along.
he's
and-
getting
and
something
I
out
don't
there.
know what he's upset about.
That's Jake, everybody.
Yeah,
Sweet
Jake's,
Jake.
Jake's outside and
He's found him something to bark at.
anything, you know.
Probably hears
a mouse 5 blocks away. He saw him or
Good
running.
dog.
He hears everything. Anyway, went down to the town council meeting there at Surf City.
In Holly
Surf
Ridge.
City, yeah, Holly Ridge last
Right.
night, yesterday afternoon. And I got there a little bit early because I thought it was going to be 6 o'clock. No, it wasn't.
6:30.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I got there about 5 after 6.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
So better be early than late.
yeah, well, I was there about 5:30.
Oh God.
Initially, I had some misinformation that it was going to be at 5 o'clock or something.
Right.
That was from you.
No, that's what I thought.
That's what I mean.
And that's what I asked you
Misinfor-
yesterday, and you said no.
Misinformation
6 o'clock.
came from you. Then I thought it was 6 o'clock because another source told me 6 o'clock. I guess they just
Then I
wanted to make
looked it
sure I
up
was going to
and-
be there.
I looked it up and I said no. It's 6:30.
Well, by that time, I'm already there.
Yeah.
I'm in the parking lot waiting. And actually, the first time as soon as I got there, I walked up. The door was locked. And I said, "What is this? Did they cancel this thing and not tell me?"
They didn't saw you coming. They didn't want you in there.
No, they were there early doing some
Ready for
things
zero.
inside, and they
Right.
locked the door when they, as a young lady who came to the door, as I was getting back in my Jeep, getting ready to drive
Mhm.
away, she said, "Whoa, I'm sorry, I had to go to the restroom, so I locked the door." Okay, I'll be back. She told me it was 6:30. I'll be back, not a problem. So, but anyway, it was a nice meeting, just a standard meeting. I'm sure everybody was saying, "What in the world are they here for?"
You know, it's been years because back when I was very active with the GOP, we used to all split town council meetings
Mm-hmm.
amongst us, and we'd go to Richlands, we'd go to Holly
Well,
Ridge,
We weren't
Swansboro.
there for.
This was years ago.
We're not there for anything political.
No, absolutely
There
not.
had been some things said, and we talked about something earlier last week, and I thought it would be nice if I did at least a follow through,
Right.
because they had a scheduled a special meeting to discuss things that were in the notice of that meeting, things that were kind of weird to me, negative remarks about this beef festival that they had the week before.
I had fun at
And
that
they
festival.
said they had heard, but I have heard that, you better tell me who you heard it from.
Hmm.
Right.
But anyway, so they did that. So we had a comment or two, and then they canceled the meeting, which was a good thing.
Right.
First of all, why schedule a meeting 1 week before you're going to have a regular meeting? Why have a special meeting? That sounds like it's major, earth-breaking, earth-shattering news that you got to get out right now, right?
I agree.
And have to
Yeah.
deal with it. What do we
Yeah.
got? An incoming flock of killer bees?
Yeah.
Well, it is a B town.
Well, fist fight at the thing, but everything went off smoothly.
And
So
the only thing mentioned last night about the bee festival was everybody, the council people were happy.
Yes, there were several of
Those
them.
who talked were very
Right.
happy.
well, they should have been. This actually made Holly Ridge look good.
It did.
Why would you not want that? I mean, I've seen the aerial photos of that bee festival.
Oh.
It was heavily
Yes,
attended,
it was.
and that, I mean, that's
It was a great event.
positive thing for Holly Ridge. I can't understand why some people are complaining. Unless they just like to complain.
as
I
one
mean,
councilman at the end of the councilman's comments time, he
Mhm.
came up and he said, "Listen, there may have been 3 people who said something in a negative way. May have said something, I think he said to the police department or something. I don't know what it was to. But anyway, he said that 3 people may have been had some kind of a complaint to file or some comment to make that was negative. He said, but I'll take the 2,500 that said nothing but good things about that festival to all 3 of those
Yes,
any day of the
yes.
week.
Well, there's always going to be some negative Nancy somewhere.
Of course.
Well, I went in and clicked on the agenda on the Holly Ridge's government site, and it was like 100 pages of stuff
Mhm.
that was going to be discussed at the meeting. And towards the end, there was a survey done on the Bee Festival and a lot of people's comments.
Uh-huh.
And I would say there was a couple people that said, well, maybe we need to position the food trucks in a different area because the road slopes on the sides right where we were at. And maybe we shouldn't put somebody in with a tent next to somebody that has a generator. Just little suggestions like that. But all in all, every comment was extremely positive.
And the council people were obviously looking forward to next year.
Yes.
And they expanded, they agreed to expand the number of people they appoint to that committee
Yes, they
Good.
did.
to 9,
To
Uh-huh.
9. I think they
Because-
had 5.
something like that. They're going to expand it by 4 people.
And then one of them resigned from the committee who was upset with, I guess,
Whatever.
a council member that had made
Right.
derogatory remarks or something about the Bee Festival and resigned. So they replaced that person's term and to
Filled
finish off,
the
yeah,
expired,
had another year
unexpired,
on that
yeah.
term. And then they voted in more. And right there in the meeting, they did a motion to change the agenda. Let's do it right now. Let's
Yep,
vote
let's
to
get it done.
increase the number of committee members.
And
they
nobody
did it right
objected.
away.
Everybody was in favor. It was
No.
unanimous vote all
I
the
have
way
to say, the
around.
mayor was right on top of it. He was like, let's do this right now.
They need to
He got-
have,
And he got legal advice to do it.
Yes,
the
he did.
right way to do it
Mhm.
from
Well,
the town lawyer.
maybe they should have somebody dressed up in a bee costume next year so, little kids can take photos because they like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Goes with
it's
the
a cool
theme.
day.
I nominate Kelly to do that.
Kelly will
she
do
can
it.
get her a bee outfit, and she can be the queen.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh.
start with the jokes today.
All in favor? Aye.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, I have a
It's
new name
unanimous.
for Dorothy now, being that she was the committee chair. I told her last name last night. Her new title now is Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
Oh, I
Queen
like that.
Hmm.
We're going to call her Queen Bee from now on. She was the
Okay.
committee chair. But all in all, I have to say,
It went over really well.
the festival I thought was well done and well executed. I enjoyed it. I look forward to next year. And I think the meeting last night that the
Oh, well
mayor
executed,
and
yeah.
his staff, they're excellent meeting. It
Mhm.
was ran smooth. They fought. I mean, if you're not familiar with the details about motions and stuff like that, you'd be going like, what? But boom. I mean, they were right on it.
Protocol was followed.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they handled a
Excellent
lot
meeting.
of, the only business they had, for the most part, I guess, last night dealt with the various changes, zoning changes and
Yes,
zoning
zoning.
requests and whatever.
Most of that was
They went
zoning.
through it, explained it very well.
Yes.
All parties present were able to answer any questions that they had. But apparently all those questions were answered well in advance because the council people knew all about it.
There was only one person in the public that was that gave a negative comment.
Well,
About
if it was going to be
rezoning.
that.
And I wouldn't say negative, but she brought up the fact like we are rezoning so many properties from residential agriculture to commercial. And, what about the traffic? What about this, that?
We're going to need more fire and
we're
police
going to need more.
protection, she
That's right.
said,
We're going to
and
need
which
more
is-
this and
I'm
that.
sure that the council has taken that into consideration
Sure,
already.
sure.
They've got a lot of new apartments, new
Right.
places to live there. The former place called the Boomtown of Eastern North Carolina was
Right. Mm-hmm.
Holly Ridge in World War II because it had Camp Davis there.
Yeah.
And that was at the beginning stages of
Right.
Camp Lejeune. So that was a major place.
It was.
And it was known as Boomtown.
It's
and
booming now.
It's booming now, booming once again.
Well, Miss Sweeney was the lady that spoke, and she did it very, very professionally, very nicely. She was not being ugly. She just, gave her thoughts, and I understand what
Yeah,
she's saying
well,
completely.
A lot of people who move from other areas, which I'm pretty sure she did.
Right.
But they move to places that are quaint and quiet.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they find out that, this is going to be a hubbub of activity. Well, it is.
Right.
They got manufacturing companies there, got
Oh,
more
sure.
coming in, and it's great
We
for
got
the
Camp
economy.
Davis there. And look at phase 2 that's coming
Yeah.
in Camp
And-
Davis.
and-
It's
and-
huge.
And they got to have places for all of these people who are going to be working in these
That's right.
facilities to work. To live. So
Holly
that's what
Ridge
they're
has
doing.
really
Good for them.
grown, and it's grown, in my opinion, in a very positive
Yeah.
way.
And things like the Bee Festival and the
Yes.
Liberty Festival coming up. I think that's 4th of July weekend. or
Yes.
4th of July time frame.
Right.
That's always a huge event every year.
Right.
So they've got it going.
Right. Yeah, they do.
So
They do.
Looking forward to next year.
I am too. Kelly's going to be there. We're
Maybe-
going to put her in the wagon, tote
Yeah.
her around.
Okay.
We'll put her on a hive. What do you think?
She can be a bee. I'll be the hive.
There you go.
Okay.
You could get that hairdo.
Yeah.
I still wanted somebody to come up with a
You
bee
can do that
hive.
naturally, right?
Wait, maybe somebody could do a contest for the best beehive. I'm talking about as a hairdo.
I was gonna say hairdo. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be quaint.
Yeah, we could just order some off of Amazon.
Yeah. Get a wig and get a beehive wig.
And speaking of hair, I got asked the question again yesterday when we
No, you
didn't.
didn't.
All right, let me just put it out there. Okay, I was born with extremely dark hair. I had
Uh-huh.
dark hair all my life, and through the years,
She wanted
I've
to see if
liked
blondes had more fun.
And so where it used to be almost black, it is very blonde. Mixed
Why
with
would
some
they
gray.
even ask you that? Like,
So,
'cause
well-
your face looks the same in the picture. I've seen
My
the picture.
driver's license, of course you get them now and they run 8-10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it still shows the very dark hair. And the first
Well,
thing
there
the
are a
lady
couple of
did
questions
was,
they're supposed to be asking. Repeat your name.
oh, I had to repeat it, spell it,
And-
everything.
and
I'm
you're-
like, you got my driver's license.
Well, yeah, they do, but they don't know it's your driver's license.
Why? Because my hair color?
Of course.
First question was, what did you do to your hair?
Seriously? I
And
would
I
have said, "What do you mean?"
That was
And I
your
said,
general conversation.
My
I don't think that
response
was
was,
confrontational.
let me explain this. I am a female, and we females have a tendency to change our hair color.
Was it a
lot.
man that asked you that?
No, it was a woman.
Oh. Well, then she should have known before she ever asked you.
And then she said, what is your name? I had already given her my driver's license, and I said my name. Well, how do you spell your first name? I'm thinking, you've
Oh,
already
here we
pulled
go.
me up. You're looking at my driver's license, but I was nice.
I would have asked for Jason at that
and,
point.
and I said I spelled it for her, and it just went on, and I'm like, can I vote?
I don't think they can do that.
There are some grounds that they have to verify because I can give somebody my driver's license that looks similar to me.
Right.
I'll go way back to law enforcement days, even
Right.
before they had a photograph on lots of driver's licenses. A guy named Sergeant Kavanaugh and I had a couple of guys stop, pulled over. They were hollering "pig, pig, pig" at us as they're driving by in one of the unmarked cars. So we just circled the block to see if they were drunk and disruptive. They weren't. They were just disruptive. And one of the guys, we asked for IDs, Liberty cards, and all that. And one of the guys had a driver's license. That's all he had. He had hair down to his shoulders.
Right.
Civilian, obviously, right? Marines don't have people looking like that, right? Wrong.
Right.
I asked him, I was suspicious.
Mhm.
I said, so what's your birthday? He got it almost right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when
That
she
means he got it wrong.
right, but
And then he sat down. I said, so you're over 18? Yeah. I said, where's your, you got a military ID card? Of course not. I said, how about your draft registration card? Huh?
Oh.
Well,
I will say,
I don't have one of those.
I will
so,
say
okay, so,
that all the poll workers were extremely polite.
Oh, they were.
but my point
We had a great
is,
conversation.
when she asked you your name and address and you gave it to her, why did she continue it?
I don't know. I guess,
But my point is,
I guess maybe they're making sure that my ID is
but
mine.
once
I don't
you
know.
have gave the spelling and or your address without looking at it, that should have ended it.
Well, she had my driver's
That's what I'm
license the
saying.
whole time she was asking me the question. She was looking at my
it's
driver's
verification.
license.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I was just like, here we go. But I mean,
I think
and
that-
Okay,
early
what
on,
would you have done if she said you can't have a ballot? Then what would you have done?
I'd called Jason.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't have a ballot. Why?
because she was not convinced that Lou was who she said she was.
Let me say
That's
this.
my
It
point.
takes a lot of convincing.
Kelly
it
and
takes a
I-
lot of screw up.
Kelly and I have a mutual friend
Uh-huh.
that her driver's license depicts a female picture,
Mhm.
but this person has gone through changes in her life, and now
She's not a woman anymore.
right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Let's just call
So-
it what it is.
She was extremely worried about being able to vote using
Mhm.
her driver's license.
Mhm.
And I took her to the Board of Elections, and she went in there and she said, "Look, do I need a voter ID card? What should I do?" They said, "No, use your driver's license." And they told her that no one has the right to challenge her driver's license
See,
because
that's
the
my
picture
point.
was different.
But that's my point. But they challenged you.
It's
Not-
the, I don't know.
I don't think
What
it's
the-
because of the hair. I think that was just general conversation.
No, this is twice in a row. It's happened
happened to her
me.
twice.
That's the way women are. Come on, give me a break. You know that.
I don't mind though, but they were extremely nice. And then we got into other conversations. I was the only one there.
Yeah.
Polls have been open 3
They were
hours. It was number 8.
Do we have election results?
Yes, I do.
So we'll talk
Okay.
about those after the weather and after the
Right.
break. Another evening of potential severe weather in eastern North Carolina. Lit up on NOAA weather radios last night. A tornado in Bladen County reported shortly after 8 o'clock. The National Weather Service has confirmed a tornado touched down near the town of Elkton, I don't know where that is, in southern Bladen County. Nearby counties were under alert several times in the early evening. Initial report showed 4 homes damaged off of Old Lumberton Road there in Elkton. A barn was also severely damaged. The fencing was taken down and shingles were torn off. No downed trees or power lines immediately reported. We'll probably find that out after daybreak today. This brings up again, one more time, why every home should be equipped with the NOAA alert radios. I heard the first report when my radio was activated. I was in the car. It was several minutes before I got the message via my cell phone. Several minutes, several long, potentially critical minutes if you're in the path of a tornado, by the way. John Stars Electric again encourages you to take all possible precautions when emergencies happen. Today, from 11 until 6:30, WCTI meteorologist Donnie Cox will be at the Piggly Wiggly store in Swansboro, where he'll be helped by the Onslow Amateur Radio Club programming or reprogramming your existing NOAA radios. If your old radio is no longer working, when they get to be several years old, many years of age, they quit. Or maybe you just need a radio. You may not even have one. They'll be sold at the Piggly Wiggly store there, located on Corbett Avenue, and they will be programmed for free. That 4-letter word, free, right on the spot, no waiting. John Stars Electric has a supply of standby Generac generators too in stock right now. If you're like me, you probably have a little panic attack every time your power is interrupted. So much of what we do is dependent on a reliable source of electricity. Severe weather can take you off the grid for hours at a time, up to a number of days. Getting by for a few hours, even a day, is irritating at first, but usually manageable. The situation gets critical if you have medical equipment like oxygen generators that require electricity. Then there is all of the frozen foods you have in one or more freezers at your house, probably expensive stuff. It can last for hours, maybe even a day without power. After a few days, you'll end up purging your freezers, and it will be a stinking mess when you do. Too risky to try and save a lot of your stash. So ask yourself now why you should not power up your life with a John Stars Generac generator. Like the Boy Scouts say, better to be prepared. Call John Stars Electric today to schedule an appointment to discuss your needs. When the lights don't come back on, that's when you'll be happy with your decision. 910-989-1908. That's John Stars Electric right here in Jacksonville.
WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry, the Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto and truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, the marine forecast for area waters brought to you by Community Prevention Services. Emphasis on prevention. You might not think about needing help with stress right now. It might not hit you until you've got a moment of severe anxiety. We generally handle all sorts of stress caused by factors that we don't even consider at the time. But when you're experiencing stress day in and day out, perhaps for weeks on end, it's time to reach for a hand. Different people deal with stress differently, perhaps not even knowing that it's causing us to do and say things that are hurtful. As bad as that is, keeping your thoughts to yourself can add to the stress factors that we all have. Community Prevention Services is located at 918 Henderson Drive. They've got people on the staff right there standing by waiting for you, and they're able to work out a treatment plan for you. Teachers are under pressure, all wanting to help young people go through life unscathed, teachers included. Give them a call today, 910-353-0972. Make an appointment. You'll be glad you did. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas are big, 5 to 7 feet. Waves, they're going to be coming at you from the south, about 7 footers at 8 seconds apart. Northwesterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Waves again tomorrow, a little not so bad, coming from the south at about 4 feet every 8 seconds, and also mixing in with some waves coming from the east, 2 footers at 9 seconds. Northerly winds on Friday around 15 knots, gusts up to 25 in the morning, seas 4 to 5 feet.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 83 with a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 63. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 80. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 58. And on Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 84.
Okay. And I guess who we have on the line right now?
Dr. Rose.
Dr. Rosemary Stein. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I hope you all are doing okay.
We're doing fine. I was just giving them a test to see if they could figure out who it was.
We knew.
Both of them knew. It was written on the board right in front of them.
What's every Wednesday? 7:30.
We knew.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know what day of the week it is. You know how that is.
That's true.
That's why the board is up there in front of me. Dr. Rose, do you think it could be? It seems to be fairly stressful for one of my cohorts in here for 2 elections in a row. When she goes up to get her ballot to sign in, they say, "What did you do to your hair?"
Well, I guess it's called peer pressure, and then making sure that you feel sure of yourself, which are good things to teach children.
Well, no, her driver's license has very dark hair, and of course, the driver's license is fairly old.
Old as dirt.
Yeah, but you got to go get a new one sooner or later.
Another year.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep on with I'm gonna change my hair color again before 2024. I'm
You
gonna make it
should.
purple or something.
You need to go in there with like a clown wig on for your driver's license.
They'll make you take that off.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'll
You
go
could
in
say
there.
that's
I'll wear
your
it to
hair.
go vote.
But I did
Okay,
give
yeah.
you a suggestion on what you can do, but you won't take it, and we don't talk about it on the air.
No.
Hey, Dr. Rose, I got a question for you, a sick kid question. I've noticed in the past 2 weeks, and let me premise this by saying these are all age kids, so they're not related, not even living in the same area, okay, that have been sick with this weird swollen, like, I guess, tonsils or glands or, throat. But then they have this weird ear infection that turns into this almost like a bronchitis type with no bronchitis diagnosis. And then like 3 or 4 days after being on the antibiotics, they spike a high fever. Is this like a thing? It's bizarre, but it's happened to like 4 kid clients that have varying ages and not related and don't even live near each other. It's weird.
Well, until the spiking a high fever in the middle, that sounded like about 40% of the kids that we're seeing. But it makes me think that there might be something environmental in the area, apart from that is being, let's say, complicated by some sort of actual infection. It does sound like a lot of it could be bacterial also, but with other stuff mixed in there. So that whole, and then they spike the fever in the middle, makes me think, is there an extra virus or some environmental factor that's making the body react to the condition? So as long as they all have good outcomes and they're given plenty of fluids, some rest for those few days, and if they need some ibuprofen every 6 to 8 hours, I think they sound like they're going to get through it. If they have very bad cough, you may want to consider asking your doctor if they have like albuterol and maybe run a vaporizer or a nebulizer with that. But it's because it sounds like they need to get some of that stuff out of their system.
And, what's interesting is all the kids were diagnosed, all but one, I say. So 3 of the kids I'm thinking of were diagnosed with ear infections as well, but they're in all of them don't even see the same pediatrician. 2 of them do, and then I guess 2 of them see somebody else. But they all also had the ear infection they think it didn't start with ear infection, but it kind of became one. And then the sore or the swollen, I don't know if they're tonsils. Yeah, I guess
the glands.
Yeah, the glands.
Adenoid.
Yes,
yeah.
and adenoids and all that were swollen as well. And one of the kids in particular, that this kid is like 5. So they got sick like on a Thursday, but then on Sunday they spiked almost 103-degree fever after being on the Z-Pack for the ear infection. Like,
How
is
old
this
is he?
like 5? It's very
Oh, wow.
weird. And the fever, the parents tried giving Tylenol first, and it kind of smidge took it down. So then they threw in some, ibuprofen, and they got it more manageable. And then the next day it was completely gone. It's very bizarre. And that happened to 3 of the kids. It's very weird.
Wow, that is very unusual.
Yeah.
No, I can't put my finger on it.
Okay.
But I do want to tell the parents not to wait too long. When your kid is sick, I know there are a lot of pediatricians that say, but you didn't let it mature enough. And then you feel like a dum-dum for taking the kid in to see the doctor. But it's always better safe than sorry. And I tell the parents, I'd rather you bring them into me than you have to sit with a whole bunch of shifty folks. And in the ER, if at all possible, you can't stop that from happening every single time. But if you can make sure that you plan ahead and you think, no, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to wait in the waiting area with other parents instead of waiting to the weekend. And then I'm sitting in an ER with a really, really sick kid, and I'm putting all of us in a little bit of a bad environment.
Right.
So take care of your things early. And even if the doctor says, oh, okay, I think this is a virus and they're going to get better, at least you have a little peace of mind. So it's better to sacrifice now than really be in a pickle later.
And one of the kids ended up with pink eye too. I mean, this kid got every virus. I think that they just said they just converged on this one kid. I mean, and pink eye, I just don't like pink eyes. It makes your eyes hurt. That's what.
It's really, really contagious.
Yes.
It's one of the most contagious diseases that there is for children. And in fact, if you have pink eye, you should not be going to work and you should be going to school.
Okay, now just go ahead. No, I know it's contagious, highly contagious. You cannot get it from looking at somebody with pink eye, correct? No.
That is true.
Hold on. Now, you would not believe what I've heard from people.
Are you serious? Are you being serious?
Absolutely.
Oh
I
my.
know. I've heard that if you look directly at the eyeball, they tell me this. And I just look at them and I'm like, there is no way, 0 chances of that. No, you just look at them directly in the eyeball. And
I read it on the internet.
No.
From an
It's
old
on the
wife.
internet is true.
That's creepy. That somebody thinks
Listed
so.
under old wives' tales.
Yeah.
Yes, old wives' tale or something like that.
Yeah. What else is going on that's impacting kids? I mean, it's about time to shut the school doors down, but you shouldn't stop. You shouldn't shut down your training and your education at home for the whole summer, should you?
No, absolutely not. Kids need to learn all the time, whether it's fun learning or necessary learning. But help the kids out so that they can focus more clearly, so that they can get on with these EOGs and not have to face the disappointment of a 1 or a 2 over 5, which is pretty terrible every year. Make sure that you plan ahead so that they rest adequately for the days before the EOGs. You may even want to pick up some of the practice tests from one of your local bookstores and help your child to be able to do multiple choice tests. Don't yell at him if he doesn't know how to do it. Just guide him through it. Say, okay, I want you just to do your best. And if you don't get the grade that we're expecting and you're expecting, that's all right. We'll figure it out and we can help you through the summer. But if you just leave the poor kid to wait until the last moment and just sit them down in a chair, you can't expect them to do well. Some kids will, but most kids won't. And it's our responsibility to make sure that we feel our child is prepared. It's not all on the teachers. In fact, most of it is not on the teachers. It's really on us.
Okay. Now, we also can have all sorts of cool things, vacations. My dad he was a big history guy, and he made sure that at a very early age, over several different years, spaced apart a little bit, we traveled to Washington, D.C., and he took us to every historical thing that he could during those times, including the U.S. Treasury. I just wanted it's so bad to have those stacks of those $20 sheets of $20 bills that they were making while we were going by. I mean, there were millions of dollars being printed, kind of like today in the tax office, I guess. But
and
I remember these things.
Yeah, I know. And you don't even have to go up to D.C. to see some great historical landmarks. And there's some great books that guide you around the state.
Absolutely.
That give you all the landmarks and all the places. And you can have the kids, hey, let's choose one in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And they can look at them and say, oh, because that's kind of boring. But can we go to this one? Wrightsville Beach is one that
yeah.
comes right up to mind right now. But especially the coast is full of treasures. You got pirates and you got Revolutionary War landmarks and places, and you have I forgot the Tryon Palace.
Yes, Newburgh.
Oh my gosh!
First capital.
You can go on and on and on.
The museums in Wilmington.
Yeah, the museums in Wilmington. The Confederate Museum there at Fort Fisher.
Right.
Where a lot of artifacts are in there. You may want to stop by and see sometime. And they have a reenactment, or used to every year. I assume they still do. But it's an interesting location. Fort Macon, the fort there, and that was actually used during World War II. Did you know that?
You've got the battlefield.
prison.
It
was a prison.
I had heard that, but it wasn't. Yeah.
It's to house prisoners of war.
Yep.
You could visit one every week and not run out.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness gracious, the museums in both Southport and Beaufort, maritime museums there.
I want to go to that one.
You've got two within easy driving distance of here. The aquariums.
That's right.
I've been to both of those,
Wilmington
and I actually went to all three of them. I guess along the coast now. But anyway, they're
planning
marvelous.
with your kids now.
Yeah.
Start planning and telling them once this is all done, and we all do a good job of this together. Then let's plan. Well, so what do you want to go to? Let's think of the good things after we get done with this. So you encourage them and you motivate them to do the best that they can, because pretty soon the summer's around the corner. You motivate them with something that's not just being on their electronics.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, there's another possibility here. Instead of hitting the malls when you're vacationing at the beaches or something like that, or if you planned an outing for a great day at the beach, and that big old storm comes through, and it's just not hurricane, but other storms, and it's kind of a washout. You don't have to go to the mall and just walk the mall like a bunch of mall rats or whatever. You don't have to do that. You can go straight to one of these locations you're talking about.
That's right. Have an alternate
go
plan.
to the aquarium. Go to the museums. Those maritime museums are beautiful.
I agree. That's a great plan that you have. Your rainy day plan as your backups.
Yep.
Some days, especially in the summer, in the coast, most days are absolutely beautiful. But you're going to get if you're out and you're visiting the coast of anywhere, you're going to get a couple of rainy days. So planning ahead and not looking for your rain activity at the end is really a good thing. And you plan it with the kids. You look at the places and you say, okay, so this is where we're staying, and these are the places close to it. What do you guys think? What would you like to do?
Mm-hmm.
And you bring the kid in on the decision, and they're going to remember it so much better. They'll say, we have to plan one of our vacations, and that is cool.
Put each kid in charge of a day.
That's right. Oh, I love it.
All right, and it could be a little bit of a break from that intense sun that they're going to be getting too, and time to get a rest from the sun. Let's just put it that way. I'm sure they will get sunburned. Right. Okay, Doctor, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you.
See you next week. That was so pleasant. Thank you.
Always. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the Richlands Piggly Wiggly last week for those awesome specials. I'm back to share this week's specials at The Pig, as we call it here in Richlands. The weather is getting hotter, and so are these deals. To get you in the summertime mood, we have jumbo Athena cantaloupes for $3.99 each. And y'all know summertime calls for grilling on the back patio in the evening, and we have just what you need. Get you some fresh, boneless New York strip steaks at $9.99 a pound, and throw in some fresh half-cup bone-in pork chops for just $1.69 a pound. There's no better way to spend a sunny and 75 evening than grilling up some of our fresh meats at an awesome deal. Y'all come get in the summertime mood with us at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. And to our Jacksonville shoppers, come on down and get to grilling with us. And remember, y'all, let's get piggy with it.
Hey there, good afternoon, guy. Chris Hollywood Man, inviting you to join the Freedom Prize Patrol at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville, this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by and get a great deal on a new truck, Jeep, or the vehicle of your dreams. Now, as you get ready for the weekend, go ahead, swing up by the dealership, hang out with the Freedom Crew. We would love to see you with Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran owned and operated, located at 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. Flatwoods Outfitters is the most complete sporting and firearm facility in Oswego County, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season, from dove to bear. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. That's 910-353-7593 for range hours. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting and heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, again, reminds you, remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality trained systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor Service Agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under-market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back live and local, and we do have a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. It's Mayor Jeff Wenzel.
Hello, Mayor. How are you, sir? What's up?
Good. Good to see you guys last night.
Appreciate it. We had a good time. Had to get out in a hurry to get away from the tornadoes.
There was no tornadoes.
There were down in Blaine County.
I knew they'd be close.
Didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good meeting last night.
Yeah,
You were well conducted and well attended. My goodness gracious, I didn't expect to have standing room only in there when I got there.
Yeah. Whenever good things are happening, or sometimes when bad things are happening, the meetings are well attended, but it's always good when the public's engaged. with what's happening in their town, and of course, there's a ton happening in Holly Ridge. So it's always to be expected now that we're going to have a well-attended meeting. So.
Well, it's not like Jacksonville City Council and the Onslow County Commissioners and school board and all that sort of good stuff, because they get televised. Everybody can sit at home in the luxury of their pajamas and watch what's going on, right? But Holly Ridge, you got to go there and see it. And you cannot expect to get the full report if you're not sitting in there. I know what you guys went through and all that sort of good stuff.
Right.
And by the way, I congratulated your attorney last night on my departure, because I relayed a story to him that I was covering as a young reporter. Well, not that young really, but as a reporter down in Wilmington. I was covering a town council meeting at Riceville Beach one year, and the public works director stood up, Mr. Mayor, I think we need to go into a closed session. And that's all that was said. The mayor said, okay, everybody out. Nope.
Can't do that.
Everybody left but me. And he said, maybe you didn't hear me, but we're going into an executive session. I said, no, you're not yet. Mr. Attorney, his name happened to be a guy named Jim Fox, who became a federal judge after that. And but anyway, that was the town attorney. I said, Mr. Attorney, Ms. Fox, could you explain to them what's the proper process for going into a closed session? And he did. So they had to start over.
Jeff, did you hear us earlier in the show talking about the meeting last night?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Oh, you'll have to go back and listen, because we're giving you kudos on a well-run and executed council meeting. I think y'all did a fabulous job. It was very good.
And well behaved all the way through.
Yeah,
Everything was nice.
It was an excellent meeting. I've been to them before, but in the past, many years ago, we used to, with the GOP, go town council to town council and watch meet and be there. But it was a very well-oiled meeting. Everything ran smoothly, and I learned a lot about Holly Ridge last night.
Me too.
It was good.
I'm glad you did. Yeah, I've always told. I've been mayor for 4 years now, and when I came on board, when I was appointed, the previous mayor had moved out of town and had 2 years left.
I remember that.
And so the town council appointed me to fill out her term. And I was handed this role where the ball has really been already rolling as far as economic development and the growth of the town. And so my goal has just been to kick the ball down the field a little bit more and try not to get run over at the same time.
There you go.
So, I've just constantly reminded our council and our citizens that as we are growing to a stage that we've never been, except back in the 40s, right? When
That's right.
the Camp David boom.
Yes.
But we're going to experience and come across problems that we've never had to solve before, and that's okay. Especially if the problems are about growth, I would rather be trying to figure out unique solutions on how to solve problems about growth rather than to solve problems about empty buildings and factories and businesses leaving. So this is a good problem to have. But with problems and with growth, you're going to have strong personalities and you're going to have strong opinions. And the toughest part is very interesting. That the hardest question I've ever been asked was by a 13-year-old Boy Scout when I was given a presentation, and he says, "What's the hardest decision you've ever had to make as a mayor?" And I quickly reminded him, well, as a mayor, I don't actually get to vote very much unless there's a tie. But the hardest decision is when there are multiple good solutions, good choices to pick from. The easy decisions are, well, you have a good option and a bad option. Well, obviously, we're going to pick the good option. But when you have multiple good options, but you can only pick one, they're mutually exclusive, that's when it gets difficult. And that's when, sometimes you have friends or neighbors who have proposed something that's good. It's just not the option that you go with. And so that's what makes it difficult in small town politics, is having to tell people with good solutions, good options that we're not going to go with that at that time. So that's what makes it difficult.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's what you guys are there for. The buck stops with you, so you got to make a decision. Hard decisions have to be made, and just the way it is. It's how you get there that counts.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, I was so glad to see you guys at the Bee Festival a few weeks ago.
We had a blast there.
It was awesome.
That was tremendous.
You know.
Obviously, the first year we just became a B town, and so you know we're going through all that thing right now. We're in the No Mow May for those who want to participate.
We have that up on our wall
on the
here.
sign on the wall here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and you know that's important for the pollinators to be able to do what they need to do during this, especially the springtime here. And so, you know, it's good. It's good. It's unique to the area. It's environmentally friendly. It's just everything is good. And
Well,
the town, B City, had to also make some proclamations that you know when we use chemicals in the town that we will use as user-friendly, as bee-friendly as possible.
Yes,
Stuff like that.
absolutely.
So overall, just really good.
Well, my wife insists on that. I have two of these signs. One of them is on the wall behind us here for everybody to see. The other one is in one of the beds in the garden.
Yes, yes.
And there, the area around those, that little garden we have that we generally mow, it's getting kind of high, but it's got a lot of clover and a lot of little flowers in there that I'm encouraging.
Yes.
So I'm just watching out for the snakes right now, just to make sure. But as I walk through it, but right now it's overgrowing, but the rest of the yard's looking okay,
Yes.
mostly.
Yeah, we do. We took that. We have it up on the wall, Jeff.
Yep.
I see it. I'm watching the live stream as well too. So
Very good.
on your YouTube channel, you can watch
Yes.
it live every morning, right?
You got that right.
and on
YouTube and Facebook. We got it on
yes.
both.
And radio.
And we got to take a break here, Mr. Mayor.
But thank you for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Great talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Come
You
on in
too.
sometime.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll be
I
waiting
will.
for you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great one. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer. May not be combined with any other discount or offer. Does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 North Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morgan City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 North Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morgan City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Court Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Results are in 2 U.S. Senate primaries.
With the U.S. Senate up for grabs in November and Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia retiring, Jim Justice won the Republican nomination for that seat and will face off against Democrat Glenn Elliott. In Maryland, former Governor Larry Hogan won the GOP primary and will face Democrat Angela Brooks in November for the Senate seat there. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
White House tells Congress President Biden wants to send more than $1 billion worth of new weapons to Israel.
State Department sources have told Fox this is still under review. It's the first package we've heard about since the Biden administration paused a shipment of bombs to Israel. The White House concerned civilians would be killed if the bombs were used in densely populated areas of Gaza.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. It's an off day at former President Trump's trial in New York City. Cross-examination continues tomorrow for his former attorney, Michael Cohen. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, we're back live on Local Real Talk, and sorry for the extended commercial break there, but we had to, I didn't want to interrupt the mayor when he was talking down from Holly Ridge.
Thank you for calling us, Mr. Mayor.
And, I've done it before. I haven't done it recently, but back in the initial stages of when I started this radio show,
Right.
Way back when in 2011, I would visit school board meeting every now and then, incognito. Nobody knew who I was at that time period, and that was great. No
Right.
problem. I went to city council. I went to county commission. Of course, I was better known to the county commissioners, several of them at the time. And a couple of them didn't really like me. That was okay. I didn't like them either. But
Well,
that's
we give
beside the point.
on the commissioners and the Board of Education, but instead of being present, and we watch them
Yeah.
on TV, which to me is a great convenience.
It's a convenient way to do it. You just
Yes.
cannot get, it's like watching the Super Bowl on TV.
And not watching the commercials.
I can get more out of a high school
Right.
football game because I'm there.
Right.
I can get the feel of it. I get the momentum. I get the behind. I don't get just what whoever's running that camera and running the mics
Exactly.
wants me to see and hear.
Right. Right.
Okay. I get to see it all. I get to look at people's actions.
Well, you know,
body language is important.
I've tried to watch Swansboro's, but the audio is too bad, and I get lost trying to watch it.
Well, first thing they need to do everywhere, if you're gonna be televising anything, even if it's on closed circuit or wherever you put it, everybody needs to be mic'd
Right.
with quality mics, and you don't need to have a lot of noise in the background.
Mhm.
And the microphones need to be guys. If you are running a council meeting, a county commission meeting, or anything else, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, or whoever, look at what we do right here. Know where we put our microphones. Look how close I am to our microphones. These are noise canceling mics as well. That's to prevent any noise from the background. For the most part, you're going to hear some things like a dog barking
Like a
every now
dog
and then,
bark.
but you don't hear a lot of background noise. You don't hear room noise. Get some decent mics. Yes, they're going to cost you some money, a whole lot less than what you budget for a lot of other junk in the county or the cities every time.
Right.
And then work those mics accordingly. Insist that your people don't have the mic standing up there like this, like I see at some city council and county commission meeting. Do y'all hear the difference? If you don't, there's something wrong with your ears. But that's what I see, and that's what I
Right.
hear.
Right.
And that's why I really don't even like to watch it on TV.
Well, you know, I enjoy watching the Board of Education and County Commissioners from the comfort of my couch with
I
my feet
understand that.
propped up, and I don't have to travel to that area because I detest that area. But
well,
you know, the traffic. But it's okay. But
I'm going to make a point of
It's probably
dropping
a
by,
good thing.
probably unannounced too,
Right.
whenever I get a chance, especially when I look at the agendas and see something that is just a routine thing.
we need to head up to Swansboro.
Well, that's the one place to drop in. Richlands, I want to go to. I've never been to a Richlands Town Board meeting yet.
I can honestly say Richlands, I never went myself. I know we had somebody else within the group that went,
Mhm.
but I never went to Richlands. And, you know, I've tried contacting them, the mayor there, to see if maybe they'd like to come on and tell us about what Richlands is doing, but I can't get any answers from Richlands.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway.
We'll have to do a surprise visit.
Yeah, we just drop in, and we
Yeah.
don't have to go as a team. You chose to drive on down last night. Me.
Yeah.
And Kelly was going to fly in, but the weather was bad. She couldn't get her helicopter pilot to take
I'm
off.
glad you said helicopter.
Powered up.
Your broom.
Yeah, I was scared the broom was going to come
It was
into it.
rough weather. I just thought I wasn't going to chance it.
Yeah, there you go. I thought maybe you didn't want to mess up your hair.
Oh, I don't
I
care
tell you
about
what,
that.
it was really windy though last night.
It was windy
Yeah.
coming back last night.
It was really
my
windy.
Jeep was, particularly when I got atop the high-rise bridge.
Yes.
The bypass bridge. Oh,
Right.
I got zipped back
Well,
and
you
forth
were
a couple of times.
long going ahead of me. I mean, I pulled out behind you, and you were like, "Choo." I'm like, okay.
I wasn't. The guy that was somewhere in front of me was zooming because Holly Ridge, the finest, he had him pulled over. Did you see that blue light?
No, not when I had.
When you left last night? You must have stayed a long time then.
No, I mean, I got in my truck as soon as you got in your Jeep, but I was plugging in and getting my audio ready on something I was listening to, and then I pulled out.
Anyway, the one of the Holly Ridge's finest. Some guy goes through Holly Ridge, and especially in bad weather, and he's running in excess of 55 miles per hour, which is generally when you're going to get stopped. It's a
Right.
45 zone.
That's right.
And if you're doing this in bad weather, and if you're doing some careless and reckless moves, reckless operation, they call it like zipping from lane to lane. By the way, there's a thing there on your steering column.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
It's a cruise control.
Nope.
That's what I use.
It's what they call a turn signal.
Oh, the turn signal.
If you're
thing.
going to move from lane to lane, you need to use your turn signal. If you're going to be turning, you need to use your turn signal. I'm going to actually sit at an intersection one of these days for about 2 hours and just take a number of people that come through without their turn signals versus the total number people. It's irritating. It's also irresponsible. And I will give kudos to most of the law enforcement folks that I see. They are using them. Occasionally, they'll make a quick turn without using a turn signal every now and then, but it's not worth making a big deal of.
Yeah.
Just pay attention to it. We all can probably do that at one time or another. I say, oh my God, I need to turn over there and get some gas. Well, I'm there.
Something that happened to me yesterday, I'm going to bring it up. You know how, like, if you're traveling one direction and there's a vehicle traveling in a different direction, say you're going straight and this is on a side road and they're getting ready to pull out. It scares me when they start pulling out as you're approaching.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yesterday, I was driving on Gum Branch heading towards 17, and I was going through a light that was green, and I always slow down as I'm going through lights.
Smart.
And there was a car facing me oncoming that was making a left turn and started making the left turn as I was approaching the intersection.
Yep.
I slammed on brakes because I thought they were going to turn right in front of me. No, but they made most of their turn and stopped.
Yeah.
I'm like, could you not wait till I go by?
That's aggravating when people do that. That aggravates the fire
scared
out
me
of me.
so bad. I was pure shaken by that. I had to calm down.
Yeah, well, people don't understand their actions
Causes
can cause
accidents.
issues with other people, can cause us to do bad things
Right.
as another driver trying to avoid a
Right.
potential disaster.
Yep.
They don't realize it. They don't care. They are self-centered individuals out there. They don't care about anybody but themselves.
It's just
And they're
what
rude,
causes
by the way.
accidents. I mean, you know, why like, just wait that extra second. Let me go through, then make your turn.
Yeah. The State Department of Environmental Quality has issued 4 violations against a hog farm after waste made its way into a Craven County creek up there in the New Bern area. The DEQ on May 1st told people to keep clear of the creek. The advisory has since been lifted. State environmental officials said they are considering civil penalties against the company. DEQ says it found hog waste in a ditch near the farm and that the runoff traveled over a mile before it got into Swift Creek. Hog waste samples were found in the creek's surface water. The state says the company never notified them of the spill. That's a requirement. If you have a spill, cities do it, towns do it, counties do it. If you don't do it, that's a violation.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. The state says the company never notified them, and that is required in its permit that they have. It also says the irrigation fields need maintenance. So when they got in there to investigate, they found out there were some other issues. And the vegetative cover in the spray fields needs improvement. Don't know what all that means. DEQ says the company's irrigation sprinklers ran for an extended period of time, saturating the field. I don't understand the significance there, but I'm going to assume with those sprinklers running, it's like a lot of water falling from the sky. Any of that waste from the hog production can end up being taken to a nearby creek or stream or a river. So I'm only assuming because I do not know how that works. Swift Creek, by the way, also flows into the Neuse River. No reports of contamination were found there. All right, a little bit of politics because we didn't have a whole lot of anything else. How many people turned out to vote in Onslow County yesterday?
Total of 1,511 people out of 99,248 that were qualified to vote yesterday.
Well, yes and no, because some of those are Democrats and they weren't qualified to
No,
vote.
this is taking away the Democrat
Oh, is
vote.
it?
Yeah. This is the ones that were eligible to vote yesterday. 1.52% of our voters in Onslow County turned out
Well,
to
y'all
vote.
decided who the Republican
For lieutenant governor.
who the Republican
How-
for lieutenant governor and for the Republican for state auditor, who they're going to be.
Hal
The
Weatherman won.
nominees.
Hal Weatherman won Onslow County by 84%.
Mhm.
Jim O'Neill 16%. State auditor Dave Bulliak 51%. Jack Clark 49%. So
Pretty
that
close
was
race on that
very,
one.
very, very close.
Now the one, how did that show up in North Carolina across the state?
Across the state.
for
Okay.
Weatherman?
Weatherman 74.41%.
Okay.
Jim O'Neill 25.59%. Dave Bulliak for state auditor 53.26%, and Jack Clark 46.74%. In statewide, 0.74% of the eligible voters came out. It was 130.
Let's do that again. 2.75.
Yes,
in
2.74.
statewide.
Right. Mhm.
And in Onslow County, we had 1.39.
That's right. 1.52.
1.52, just a little bit over half of what the state turnout was. Come on, people.
I know.
I know we didn't have a race like one of the districts had, the 13th congressional district. They had a race for governor. For House, U.S. House, and former federal prosecutor Brad Knott took that one.
Right. I saw that. Yeah, that was 13th district, I think.
13th district.
Yes. Do you have who won the 6th district?
I do not.
Yeah, I didn't notice that was even mentioned this morning when I was looking at my
I
figures.
did not see anything. Democrats chose their candidates in the March primary. There were several Republicans who did not receive the minimum of 30% of the votes cast to secure an immediate win. That happens quite often when you've got like 48 people running for one seat.
We've seen it quite a bit over the years.
We've seen it a lot. And, trying to get 30% when you've got 8 people on the ballot is that's a significant chore.
That was like when Walter Jones passed. I think there was 16
everybody.
people in the primary.
Everybody.
Oh, I didn't think that one would ever end.
Let's go to Ohio real quick. Secretary of State there, Frank LaRose, has ordered the state's voter polls to be purged of non-citizens. A review found that more than 100 Ohio residents who were registered to vote despite lacking U.S. citizenship, those 137 are going to be removed from the ballots, and the investigation is ongoing. Ohio law requires that in order for a person to be removed from the rolls, they must have confirmed their lack of citizenship to the BMV, that's the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, on 2 separate occasions, and also have updated their voter registration or voted in between the 2 occasions, or maybe that they got proper ID with the right hair color.
Let it go.
Zing. The improper voter registration could result in prosecution for some of these people if it was known that they did it intentionally, or maybe they were involved in some kind of a scheme. You never know. The state officer, LaRose, cautioned that not all instances in this case are actually criminal. His office says there may be more non-citizens registered to vote than the initial investigation uncovered. Much of the data provided by the BMV requires cross-referencing with other databases. Some of those are federal. I think maybe we might be on the road, starting with Ohio, to taking back our election process, removing those who are not legally qualified to vote from the rolls. That would be a good thing.
Yes, it would be. I mean,
Let's get back to legal. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, do a little bit of weather. We'll be back on the other side. Got a sheriff out there in Wyoming. He's got a really unique way to advertise for new deputies. Oh, you're going to like it. You're live on Local Real Talk. Weather coming up next.
Freedom 97.1.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing. Fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Marine forecast for our area waters is brought to you by Community Prevention Services. You might not think about needing help with stress right now. It might not hit you until you're having a moment of severe anxiety. We generally handle most forms of stress caused by factors that we don't even consider. They're just routine things that we deal with on a daily basis, in our jobs, in our lives, whatever. We don't think of causing stress, but it does. But when you're experiencing stress day in and day out, maybe for weeks on end, perhaps it's time to reach out for a helping hand. Different people deal with stress, perhaps not even knowing that it's causing us to do and say things that are hurtful. As bad as that is, keeping your thoughts to yourself can add to the stress factors that we all have. Community Prevention Services is located in 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. They have people trained to talk with you in an effort to work on a treatment plan. Teachers are under pressure, all wanting to help young people go through life unscathed. No one is immune. Police officers, look at the first responders, look at the nurses, the doctors who have to deal with this on a daily basis. How about those hospice employees? Mm-hmm. My goodness gracious. Give the team a call at Community Prevention Services. You're having any issues, you think you may be having issues, you probably are if you think you are. 910-353-0972. Make an appointment. You'll be really happy that you did. Offshore today, southwesterly winds kicking up 10 to 15 knots, east 5 to 7 feet. Those waves are going to be coming at you from the south. 7-footers are going to be coming at you every 8 seconds. Northwesterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots. Seas coming down 4 to 5 feet. The waves will be tomorrow kind of crossing, some of them from the south about 4 feet every 8 seconds, some of them from the east 2 feet every 9 seconds. Friday, northerly winds around 15 knots, gust up to 25 in the morning, seas 4 to 5 feet.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 83. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 80. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low of 58. Then on Friday, mostly sunny, high of 84.
I'll give a shout out to a gentleman that I know down at Tideline Marine. He's having a few health issues right now. So, Floyd, if you're listening out there, I hope you get better real soon.
Yeah, get better, Floyd.
Floyd Hale down there at Tideline.
Agreed. I also have an announcement too. Mm-hmm. We had letter carrier Dylan Cole on the show 2-3 weeks ago
Remember?
talking about the letter carriers food drive.
Yeah.
And he says that the food drive was a great success. Thanked us for letting them come on the air. He said they collected 11,100 pounds of food.
Awesome.
That's almost 6 tons of
Yes.
food.
Excellent.
That's
Yeah.
more food than my entire boat with 300 gallons of gas weighs.
Outstanding. Congratulations. Job well done.
Nice job, Onslow
Yes,
County.
and
Good for y'all.
Thank you,
Good for
Onslow
us.
County. Right.
Yeah, there are people going to be thanking you all year long for that too.
Yes.
So. Hey, let's go out to Wyoming.
All right.
I've never been there, but I'd like to go.
Yeehaw.
One sheriff there in the heavily Republican state has a unique idea. He's paying for a billboard that's prominently displayed in the liberal state of Colorado, and he's not pulling any punches with his advertising technique. The message is great, straight to the point. It's over a background of police officers, some macho cops, men and women. Nice uniforms, looking good.
All right.
The message over the top says, work in Wyoming where breaking the law is still illegal and cops are funded. The sheriff is taking
Very
advantage
good.
of Colorado's liberal laws and local governments that don't want strong law enforcement, catering to the left and pushing defund the police movements. The Laramie County Sheriff's Office in Wyoming paid for the billboard to recruit deputies using a subtle jab at the city's progressive government. Sheriff Brian Kozak paid $2,500. That is cheap for a billboard. To put up the message on the billboard in Denver during National Police Week. He's only been on the job for a year, slowly filling the 90-plus vacancies that he inherited. Kozak said the marketing campaign has already helped the county with 40 new applications, along with an additional 20 to 40 contract requests every day since the billboard went up a little over a week ago.
Nice.
What a move.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can see that happening for sheriff's offices all across the country these
As it
days,
should.
especially those in conservative areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you need some cops. Police departments, sheriff's offices, go to places where they don't like cops and advertise.
Speaking of cops, today is a ceremony,
Yes, at 10 o'clock this morning.
right, behind the Jacksonville Public Safety Office, honoring Peace Memorial Day.
Yes. Yeah.
Peace Officer Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's they do this every year, and they got a
Yes.
great location for it there. So I don't know what's going to happen if it rains. I don't know how bad's the forecast looking.
I think
It's off
this
and on. It
afternoon.
rains.
Just
Yeah. It
spotty.
just says it's you just taking your chances.
Yeah, well, I haven't
Just take an umbrella.
According
Yeah,
to
that's all.
this, we may get rain around noon.
Yes.
Well, that'll be over by then.
Yeah.
10 o'clock
So-
this morning,
But I
in
mean-
about an hour and a half. Get on down there if you have the opportunity. Also, don't forget today, beginning at 11 o'clock
Mhm.
at the Swansboro Piggly Wiggly store, something I harp on about because I got one. I'm going to go get two more.
I'll go
One
get
for me
one.
and one as a gift. Weather radio, call them for short, weather radio. They're NOAA weather radios. Something that started many, many years ago. Boaters on their VHF radios, or marine radios that they have in the boats, pretty much every one of them that's made these days, well, I'll say every one of them that's made these days has the weather channel, all of the weather channels programmed into them. The newer radios, you can hit a little button up there that says alert. And even if you're not listening to one of those weather channels, if you want to just check the weather, you can go and listen to it at any time.
Right.
But anytime an alert goes out, a broadcast, it will alert your radio and it will open up and give you, it'll be a little siren that comes on, or so alert tone or something. And it will open up even your marine radio. So if you haven't bought a marine radio in a few years, and especially if you're out there on the water a lot, you might want to go replace it. They're not that expensive. Matter of fact, if you don't have one is not enough. Get two. I've got two in a spare down below deck.
All I need is the one because it wakes up the
Well,
neighborhood.
I'm talking about on the boat, aboard the
Oh,
boat.
on the boat? Yes, I
Yeah.
understand. That's a good.
The weather radios, if you got your own, you bought your own, you ordered it or whatever, take it on down there. Donnie Cox from WCTI, he's their chief meteorologist. He will be joined by a bunch of hams, and not the ones that they're selling in the back room there at the Piggly Wiggly.
Right.
Like
These are
human
ham
hams.
radio operators. These are technician type guys. We call it ourselves geeks, I guess, from time to time. But they'll be there to help program your radios. You probably don't even care what the weather is going to be if there's an alert coming over to, I don't know, Montgomery County. I keep using that. But you might not care unless you've got friends there or relatives living there. So you might not want to hear every alert coming from that county, right? You can pick and choose the counties you want to have programmed.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's what they're doing the programming for. I always suggest your local county, the one you live in, the surrounding counties. For instance, the Bladen County, not so much last night, but once it got over to a warning in Duplin County, I listened to that. I listened to the New Hanover County alerts because a lot of those thunderstorms, especially in the summertime, those severe ones, they come right up the coast.
They do.
And they impact us here. They come across portions of that Onslow Bay. But you can have those, pick your counties. Carteret County, of course, Jones County, Craven County, Lenoir County. If you want some suggestions, just ask. There are people there who will tell you. And Donnie Cox he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go get one today.
Yeah.
I got to go drive up there.
I'll be down there.
Where did you say it was at?
The Piggly Wiggly.
I thought it was Piggly Wiggly. For some reason, I was
it's the
thinking
pig down in Swansboro.
Right.
Right there on Corbett Avenue. You can't miss it.
Oh, well, I know right where it's at. For
Yeah.
some reason, my mind was like, did that change?
Nope.
And be sure when you go down there to get your weather radio that you tell Donnie and the crew that you heard it from us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'll be down there in a little bit. I'll run down there for a while today because we got to get a radio. Here's what happened 2 weeks ago. They had one of these in the Richlands.
You went late in the day.
Well, I had an appointment in Wilmington,
Yeah.
but I got there supposedly in time, but they sold out
Well, what time did you get there?
at 5:00.
Oh, I'm going to go there way before then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I went at 11:30, and there was plenty by the time he got there. There
Probably
was
about the time I go. I might go around noon.
Yeah, well, they had them standing in line apparently last week, 2 weeks ago. So
Right.
I will be there in front of that line today.
Cool.
Might even call Donnie and say, Donnie, can you grab a couple of them? I'll be there with the money shortly.
Right.
I got his cell number.
Do we need cash or will they take a card?
You just go in the
It's
store and buy
You
it.
buy it from the store.
You can use a
Okay.
card, yeah.
They
And while
sell
you're
it in the
there-
store?
and
Right.
While you're there, you can find some other stuff there. This is a special deal that they've got going for the radio.
They've
so
got the batteries sitting right there. You pick up a pack of those and
Okay.
your weather
you
radio.
do need it's a battery powered, but it's you plug it into the wall normally. Okay, you leave it on 24/7. But if for any reason the power goes out and you still want to listen to the radio, you
You'll
can
have the
listen to
battery
the
backup.
weather reports coming in, and you'll know when things are happening. Just keep yourself 3 extra. I'm going to say AA. I'm going to go out on a limb.
It was AA, I believe.
I think mine are AA. I'll know before I get there. You
Now
will
I don't
too.
remember.
But you can get the batteries right there as well.
Yeah, because in order to get it programmed, you have
You
to
got
have
to have the
power.
batteries in it.
So you have to have the batteries in it.
So
So
you got some AA's you want to carry with you, carry them with you. Make sure your radio's got, if you carry in a radio with you, make sure it's got, and be sure you put them in the right direction. Those batteries have 2 ends on them. An easy way in most of the radios, or most of the devices that require AA's and even the larger batteries, the spring end is the negative end. That's the
That's
little
right.
butt end, okay? The pointy end is the other one. How's that sound?
You know, I'm glad they did that. You know why? Because when it's dark and you can't see where the negative and plus sign is, you just feel for that spring.
There you go.
Pop that battery
And
in.
then rub the
Yeah.
battery until,
Yeah.
or turn your flashlight on.
Yeah,
Or if you got a John Starr's Generac generator, you won't have to worry about that part.
I know. Next year.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've got some.
Yeah, good.
And I'm going to vent a little bit because I think this is just dumb. Parts of it I agree with, and there's one part I don't, and I'm going to say what I don't agree with. So yesterday, the North Carolina Senate panel, they're advancing this anti-mask bill, okay? And I get it. And part of this centered around these people with these protesters wearing masks when they were protesting at the college campuses, and then a lot of times they are wearing the mask when they've been wearing the mask when they were blocking traffic.
Right.
So the
I know what you're going to say.
Senate had brought up about how they want people that have to, have health issues are going to be now not going to be allowed to wear masks in public because of this bill. And so I'll get to my question about that in a minute. What I find interesting is that there, people that need to wear a mask because let's say they've got some kind of immune issue or whatever, and they would need to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
What I find, the problem I have with this bill is that it provides a couple of exemptions. One being Halloween, which I get.
Yes.
Okay. Or people whose jobs require face coverings in their work. There are some that do. I get that. Okay. But they also have an exemption for members, and I'm reading this as it's written, members of a secret society organization to wear masks or hoods in a parade or demonstration. And so basically, you can get a bunch of Ku Klux Klan idiots walking around in public wearing theirs, but somebody that's immunocompromised cannot. Where is the logic in this?
Okay, now, in a parade,
Mm-hmm.
they have entries, they have to be approved, all that sort of good stuff.
Correct.
Okay, so these people are basically, and it's not just the Klan.
Mm-hmm.
There are, let's just take if we had something like
like the Masons?
The Masons, or if we had something like the parades in New Orleans, where a lot of people wear masks.
Yes.
I don't know what we have, or if there are any types of parades around with anything other than the Klan.
One of the senators specifically referenced the Klan.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have it for one person, like the Masons, if you can allow it for the Masons, why would you not be able to allow it for the Klan? They're not violating any laws, right?
My point is, if you're going to allow the Klan to march up and down with their masks and hoods, why are you not going to allow someone with a health issue to wear a mask?
I do not know. I think that someone with a health issue should not have a problem wearing a mask.
According to this,
I know, I
they
understand
will
that.
have a problem with it. It repeals that allowance for them to do it.
Well, I'm reading a story too that says completely different. And right now it's only passed its first committee. So it'll probably end up going back to
And they said
committee.
the laws need to be clear.
But
it
this one says, while the main thrust of the bill enhances penalties for people wearing a mask while committing a crime or intentionally blocking traffic during protests, most concerns centered on the health and safety exemption. According to the bill's summary, people could no longer wear masks in public for medical reasons.
Correct.
Just what you said.
Yeah, they removed that provision.
Right, right. But it's still in committee right now. So
And that's what I'm
hopefully-
saying.
yeah.
You're going to look, Senator Lazar needs to hear me loud. He needs to speak up about this, and they need to put that provision about health and safety issues back in that bill.
Let's see if I can find that email.
Because I am angry that if somebody can get a
sent.
permit and the Klan can't get prosecuted. And then my next question is, what law enforcement people will, because there will be some that will ticket them. for
Well,
wearing
if
it.
you got the Klan walking into a grocery store dressed with their regalia.
Well, I wouldn't think they would do that, but who knows? They
Oh,
probably maybe
yes,
they would.
they would. In
What
some
a bunch of
places,
idiots.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But if they could do that, they would do that.
Oh, I'm
right?
sure you're
Okay.
right about that.
So,
Yes.
there's kind of like a difference there. But, in a parade, it would be very difficult because that is their costume. They could call it something else. That is their costume. It's their Halloween costume, as
Well,
far
my
as I'm
thing is,
concerned.
if you're
But
going to
that's-
be a member, just be proud about it. And why do you need a mask? Why do you got to hide behind? I
matters
know.
not to you. That's none of your damn business.
I know, but still.
That's
I
just
mean,
the way it is.
Be proud about what you believe in.
Well, whatever.
And I get that these demonstrators and protests, I understand the crux of the bill. I do.
Right.
The issue I have is taking out the health and safety provision that was in there.
Okay, let me ask you this now. How about some of those? We have a number of people from other countries with different cultures in this country that are wearing masks, covering their faces.
They have to do it all the time. I
Covering
think
their
that's
faces?
considered religious exemption.
Uh-huh.
Well, wasn't there a
Right.
law in the books that, like, if you walked into a bank and you were wearing one of those full-headed masks?
Well, in the past, up until COVID,
Right.
there is a North Carolina general statute. You
Yes,
cannot
right.
wear a mask in public or within certain distance of a public right-of-way, public road, or whatever it was.
Right.
The idea there was fairly simple. If a police officer drives up, they know if you're inside the store and you got a mask on, they can go after you without any problem, right?
Right.
Presumption of guilt right up front. Probable cause is what you really call it. But if you drive up behind as you're just doing a building check, and you do a lot of cops do, they turn their lights off and they drive around buildings.
Yes.
I did.
I did.
That was the way you work things.
Uh-huh.
And you find some dude standing back there putting his ski mask on behind a 7-Eleven store at 2:00 in the morning.
I never found that.
There was nothing that you could do unless there was this law in the books. This law that's on the books
Yeah, I
allowed
knew
you
the
to
law.
stop
Yes.
them, because
I
it is
remember that.
it is a misdemeanor to do that, and you can progress from there. The one in Wilmington, the guy was putting on his mask outside the bank.
Right.
He was putting it on. When the police got there, he couldn't get into the bank because the bankers saw it happening and they locked the doors.
Well, on it shows that State Senator Buck Newton brushed off concerns that getting rid of the pandemic era exemptions on masks was overly broad, saying he expects authorities to use good common sense.
You
So
expect.
I think they'll work this out.
If there's an opportunity to do something that will make headlines and not make good headlines, somebody's
Right.
going to do it.
Well, it's just like we were talking about with the protests. Like, we were watching it on videos
Yep.
and YouTube and on the news. And these kids wanted to get up there and protest, but yet they were wearing scarves on their head, these big
They didn't wanna
glasses,
get-
like
they didn't wanna
big
get
man.
kicked
And
out
I
of
was like,
school.
if you're so
That's what I said. Be
adamant,
proud about it. That's what I'm saying.
You're so adamant about
I-
protesting. Why are you covering your
proud.
face?
Well, that's up to them.
And I think they
maybe
said-
maybe they're ugly.
That was the
Think
main
about it.
objective of this bill.
Well,
But I agree
ugly
with
is subjective.
Maybe they're ugly. They don't want to be.
Well, somebody will love them. There's always somebody for
All right,
everybody.
we got a caller. Caller, can you hang on there for just a minute? We'll be right back. You're live on Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m.
WSME.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances. LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Hey there, it's your afternoon guy, Chris Hollywood Man, inviting you to join the Freedom Prize Patrol at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville, this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by and get a great deal on a new truck, Jeep, or the vehicle of your dreams. Now, as you get ready for the weekend, go ahead, swing up by the dealership, hang out with the Freedom Crew. We would love to see you with Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Chino Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Okay, we're back. And caller, thank you for holding. Sorry, we got behind on commercials again.
Hi, how y'all doing? How everybody doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. Mike from Jacksonville.
Yeah, Mike.
All right. Sometimes I think people in Raleigh just sit up there and twiddle their thumbs and come up with stuff to just mess with people. Like, they should have better things to think about than people wearing masks in public that's committing, just generalizing that, is basically the bill said that, are they criminalized for just wear masks in public, period?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they want.
Law,
To understand, this is in committee. It hasn't made it to the full Senate. They're still working out details. They'll come out with something, and then people will start adding to it in the committee or taking away from it or explaining it or doing away with it entirely. Not every bill that's considered in committee makes it to the Senate floor.
All right. Another thing I noticed, the provision about secret societies.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do know that all the protesters have to do, if it's aimed at protesters, is claim that they're part of a secret society, which is one already is called anonymous that a lot of them are associated with, that they just claim they're part of the secret society and they fit that provision.
Yep. Things to be discussed in that committee, I'll guarantee you.
It says they have to get a permit to march, like in a parade in a little secret society garb, but that's not going to stop a protester from getting a permit.
Well, if they're going to go out and protest, they generally, like the folks that we've seen at Chapel Hill and whatever, they're not going to go get a permit to do that because they're not going to be given one.
You'll find somebody with some kind of crazy loophole that try to find. There'll be one smart one in the bunch that will try to figure out how to do this. Forget the other ones that just kind of follow that mob mentality. There'll be some little kid student that is too smart for his own good to go in there and figure out how to do it. That's the problem.
One of the stipulations that if I was going to be involved in this and this thing was going to be made, I would say you cannot cover the eyes. The eyes have to be fully visible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can spot somebody's eyes. Yeah, some people have very unique eyes.
They're identifiable from their eyes only.
I get that.
Now we're getting to an area of infringing upon someone's rights.
Why?
And it's going up higher in the courts, and this whole thing can be torn down. We got to think about why this bill is even being proposed in the first place. A reaction to what's happening on the campuses.
Yes, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, so who has jurisdiction on the campus itself? If they're committing a crime, then just go ahead and arrest them for the crime. You have to do all that.
Yep.
But it makes no sense. It makes zero sense when we got other issues out here that need to be handled, and this is what they're doing. And this leads back to why people think, politics in our system is failing us and the outcomes we're seeing.
Yeah. Kelly brought up the Klan, and they'll make an exception for the Klan. They have to get a permit.
They wrote that in
but
their
that's their costume. That's their Halloween costume, because Halloween costumes are also exempt. Right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. Halloween costumes are exempt. Hopefully they put that on Halloween only or at Halloween parties, because how many times, and there's a famous movie about it, something that was real. The guys were wearing presidential masks to rob banks. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that.
Okay,
movie.
so
Point Break.
would that apply? Yeah, it would. That they walk into the bank wearing that mask, they could be arrested on the spot before they were even trying to rob the bank.
You're absolutely correct.
But would that be
I feel
right?
like-
Well, yeah, it would, because that's definitely probable cause that they couldn't ready to do something.
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of doing something for nothing. I think it's political theater, and
Well, they need to get some legal advice before they continue with it. Let's just put it that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
you would think a bunch of lawyers and all that's in those positions would have the common sense to actually.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on just a minute, Mike.
You are giving people too much credit now.
Well, I know I had an acquaintance who was a legislator at one time, and he was asked why they didn't have some tougher laws to do this and this and this. And he says, because the friends of mine who are lawyers I think it was the state Senate, in the state Senate, they do not want to adopt laws that do not have loopholes built in.
I'm not even surprised by that.
That was a heck of a statement coming from a senator at that time.
Not even surprised.
Yeah.
And that says a lot right
It
there.
does. Said a lot
Yeah.
to me.
Wow.
Mike, we got to run. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Love the input. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Mike's a voice of reason. Yeah.
Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom. This Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Go the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less, in downtown Maysville on Main Street. How about half-cut boneless ribeye loin, just $8.99 a pound? 10 pounds or more fresh ground chuck is only $3.79 a pound. Half-cut boneless strip loins, just $10.99 a pound. Baby back pork ribs are only $2.59 a pound. One half Boston butt, just $1.59 a pound. And London broil is $3.99 a pound. And Springer Mountain Farms whole chicken, just $1.59 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at the Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in the garden, whole seedless watermelons are just $4.99 each. Yellow, white, or bicolored corn, 39 cents an ear. Genuine Vidalia onions, just 99 cents a pound. How about a 1 pound package of fresh strawberries, just $2.99. Fresh Georgia blueberries are only $3.99 a pint. White or sliced mushrooms, just $1.99 each. And you get the 1 liter size Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $1.79. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in Maysville, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. And remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. Well, I brought another little mask in here that is a common thing.
Why'd you take it off?
Especially because it's hard to talk with that thing over your mouth.
Well, we were kind of looking
Yeah,
forward to
it's
that.
kind of like sound like this. But anyway, it fits over your head,
Right.
and you wear a pair of sunglasses, and you're out on the water. Foreheads, tops of heads.
Right.
You can wear the caps all you want. Your ears.
Yeah.
Get sunburn.
Sunburned ears
and
hurt.
They are miserable.
They are. They just flat
And
hurt.
you can put all the sunscreen you want on up there, but it's going to wash off in the sweat.
It will. You're right.
That's the way it
You're
happens.
not wrong.
A Tennessee couple found transporting millions of dollars worth of cocaine. They got killed in Texas Thursday last week during a traffic stop shootout with lawmen.
Oh, my.
Edward and Elizabeth Stevenson were first identified through undercover buys of illegal drugs, according to the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. The undercover work allowed investigators to get a search warrant for the Stevensons' home in Tennessee, where detectives uncovered nearly a pound of suspected methamphetamine, suspected fentanyl, multiple firearms, body armor, and ammunition. During the search, detectives learned that the Stevensons were driving a tractor-trailer rig through Texas with illegal drugs and that they were heavily armed. Both
First
Edward
red
and
flag.
Elizabeth had been previous statements. They had said previously they would die by suicide by a cop if they tried to stop them.
What a bunch of
Well,
morons.
they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Detectives immediately alerted the Donnelly County Sheriff's Office in Texas and the Texas Department of Public Safety about that couple. Deputies in Donnelly County tried to pull over the truck. The couple continued to drive for several miles before coming to a stop. The pair got out of the car. I'm just saying Bonnie and Clyde here, except Bonnie and Clyde didn't get the chance to get out. They exited the vehicle, opened fire on deputies and troopers. The Stevensons were killed in the ensuing shootout. You're in Texas.
What a bunch of idiots. I
Well,
mean,
they said they were going to die. They'd rather die than
Good
suicide. Well, they
gracious.
did. Okay, they found in the vehicle 64 pounds of cocaine, about $3.4 million street value. Sheriff's Office said the drugs appeared to be en route to Tennessee. Yeah, right back to home.
Probably from the cartel.
Putnam County Sheriff Eddie Ferris blamed open border policies that are making it much easier for Mexican cartel members and their associates to traffic illegal drugs into smaller communities. Every state is now a border state. I've heard it said, and I have to totally agree.
These people have watched way too much Ozark. Just saying.
What's Ozark?
Show
That
on
was a
Netflix.
series,
Oh, it was
yes.
amazing.
Really?
It had cartel ties, yes.
Real quick, we didn't talk about it today. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow about the vehicle that crossed the center line yesterday in Florida, sideswiped swiped a bus carrying migrants. 8 were killed
Oh, boy.
and a lot of others injured. But the bus lost control, plowed into a tree, and then went down an embankment.
Oh, man.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
And
that's awful.
drunk driving. So he's been charged with 8 counts.
The bus driver was drunk?
No,
No.
the
other car. Okay.
the guy that crossed the center line. Yeah, terrible, terrible news.
Terrible. It is terrible.
And of course, the star witness for the prosecution in New York City, Mr. Cohen, he testified yesterday again. Allies of former President Trump flocked to the courtroom in a show of support. And I don't know.
I don't
Mike
think anybody can believe
Johnson?
anything this guy would say.
Well, he's a known liar. He
Yeah.
says he's a liar. He says he lied. And
Convicted
well,
felon.
you lying then, or you lying now, or you lying both times.
if I were a juror, I really would have a hard time believing anything this guy said.
Yeah.
Even if he told me the sky was blue, I'd have to question it just because.
I would challenge him, even especially if he supported Trump.
Yeah.
Because if he dissed Trump one time and then supports him all of a sudden, or he supports him before and now he disses him, which person are we looking at?
Look at the prosecution witnesses, a hottie ho and a convicted felon. I mean, come on.
And I'm trying to figure out, I'm still trying to understand, as a lot of people, a growing number of people are trying to understand what law was actually broken that amounts to a felony.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to be convicted of both of the misdemeanors that they're talking about to have one of them count as a felony. Huh.
It's going to be interesting.
I don't know. It's going to be one legal entanglement that is not going to end with whatever the verdict is in this trial.
Right.
Because if Trump is found not guilty, well, guess what's going to happen? There are going to be more charges. There are other charges out there waiting. It's just going to be never ending. We ain't going to know for at least 2 more years.
I like Mike. He just said, I'm going to walk around with a Mexican wrestling mask if the law passes.
There you go.
I'm
Good
all
for you,
about
Mike.
that, yes.
All right, Floyd, if you're listening, get better, son. Hurry up.
Yeah,
get
get
better.
better.
You got to get your butt back together.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tomorrow, it's going to be interesting. Now, this is something that you know a little bit about.
I'm wearing my shirt tomorrow.
You wear your shirt.
All right.
Well, normally you
My
wear
gold
a shirt.
shirt. My gold shirt.
Oh, okay. There are tournaments coming up again. A couple of them, I guess, later in the year.
Yes.
The Marines.
It's for the Marine Corps Scholarship Program.
Raising money for students, for kids.
Right.
And well, last year, you and my wife, you guys drove.
Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah,
Kelly, you need to come this year.
You were
What is
speeding
it?
around the golf
It's on-
speeding around the golf course, right?
Weekend of
Wide open.
October 20th, which is my grandson's birthday.
Had blue lights chasing you.
Yeah, we got pulled by the MPs.
Sweet.
And they resisted arrest.
Well, I'm all about that.
We ran.
Okay.
They haven't caught you yet.
No.
Okay, but anyway, that's coming up. We're going to be talking to one of the folks who actually a couple of them are going to be in here tomorrow, and they talk about what this thing's about. It's going to be fun.
They made some good money last year, and
Yep.
it was really good. And last
Well
year they had
attended.
it at 2 locations, Cherry Point and then on the base here
Camp Lejeune.
on the first day. And then the second day they swapped bases.
Yeah.
So those that played at Cherry Point come to Lejeune and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's when I got to see all my friends on Sunday that, were
Cool.
from here.
Excellent.
I'm like, oh, you're golfing, yay.
Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow for that. That's going to be about 8 o'clock, and we got a lot more we'll be talking about tomorrow morning as well. And folks, if you've got something you want to chat about, feel free to ring us up or come on by, say hey.
Yes.
My neighbor
Okay.
stops in every now and then, but he won't say hey.
Yeah. Thank you to the mayor for calling.
Yeah,
and,
Mayor Holly Rich and Jeff.
and our other callers. And as usual, Dr. Rose.
Yep.
So.
You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is coming up next, and at 10 o'clock is another dose of the Daily D's with Rick Dees. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Rick's going to chunk it. He's going to chunk one right down the middle, and Hollywood is going to catch it, and he's going to start spinning some more tunes. We'll see you in the morning, about 22 hours. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.